Every time her husband betrayed her, the wife would burn one of her wedding gowns. As the betrayals mounted, all 3,000 gowns were reduced to ashes. From then on, she laid down her military tally and chose to watch her husband's dynasty crumble. However, the clueless, scumbag emperor still thought she could not live without him. Only when the enemy's army was at the gates did he realize the woman truly did not want him anymore. General Zhong had already retired from the army, left the capital, and returned to her hometown. She had married another man. What did you say? It turns out he and the woman were actually childhood sweethearts who grew up together. When enemy forces invaded, it was the woman who repeatedly led the troops to battle and saved the kingdom for him. However, before his death, the late emperor saw that the scumbag was impulsive and easily swayed by villains. He knew that if the woman were to one day become only the scumbag's empress, even with military power in her hands, she could not stop the scumbag from ruining the kingdom. So he ordered that the woman be made the scumbag's empress dowager, and granted her the imperial whip to rule from behind the curtain on the day the kingdom is reclaimed. Her title as Empress Dowager will naturally be revoked. At that time, the two of you, your marriage agreement will still stand. Then, the emperor begged the woman, I must discipline this scumbag strictly, and help him secure his position as emperor. The woman also swore an oath to the late emperor. She said that since the scumbag once gave her 3,000 wedding gowns, she would give him 3,000 chances. As long as even one wedding gown remained, she would protect the scumbag with her life. Before the late emperor passed, he told the scumbag, one last thing. If you betray her, the world will betray you. Then, over the next few years, the woman led her troops and defeated the enemy, but just as she was preparing to press her advantage and unite the land, an imperial edict from the emperor suddenly arrived, ordering them to retreat and return to the capital immediately. Otherwise, it would be seen as amassing military power for yourself. Hearing this, the woman instantly guessed that a treacherous official must be misleading the emperor in court, and she could tell at a glance that the arrogant chief eunuch was a pawn of that treacherous official. This is the emperor whipping rod, bestowed by the late emperor. The late emperor decreed, Emperor whipping rod. Well said. Order the entire army to return to the capital. However, as soon as she returned to the palace with her army, she saw the scumbag holding a scheming woman, blocking the palace gate. The scheming woman instigated, saying to the emperor that she only retreated after he issued 12 imperial edicts, and that she also killed his most trusted eunuch. Must be the emperor. Sure enough, after hearing her words, the scumbag was immediately bewitched. He believed the reason the woman did not respect him was because she had outstanding military achievements while he had accomplished nothing. So, to prove that without the woman, he could also govern the country well, the scoundrel directly issued an edict, forcibly revoking the woman's title of Empress Dowager. Zhong Wuxia, you must understand, when the late emperor made you Empress Dowager, it was so you would assist me, not so you would defy my imperial will at every turn. Revoking your title of Empress Dowager today is also for the sake of the court's laws. Hearing this, the woman was utterly disappointed, because over the past few years, of the original 3,000 wedding gowns, only 3 remained. The scumbag had betrayed her so many times that she had long seen his true colors. Now, she was just waiting for her 3 chances to be used up so she could escape the palace. However, when she went to inspect the barracks again the next day, the soldiers were furious that she had been stripped of her title as Empress Dowager. They all rallied behind her, wanting to purge the court and execute the scheming woman. But she did not want the scumbag mistakenly think she was truly planning a rebellion, so she refused the soldiers' plea. Unexpectedly, the soldiers' words were overheard by the scheming woman. Cleanse the court, kill the evil 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 woman. In that case, sister, you can't blame me. The scheming woman knew that the woman was. Chen Mei said that the general had a very high reputation in the military camp, so she timed it for when the emperor was walking over, and deliberately ran into the woman's arrow, creating the illusion that the woman was trying to kill her. Then, she tearfully told the scumbag that she had overheard the woman plotting a rebellion with the soldiers. When she was discovered, the woman tried to kill her to silence her. Hearing this, the woman hastily tried to explain. The soldiers only wanted to purge the court of corrupt officials, but the scumbag was still furious. He claimed the woman's achievements had overshadowed his own, causing the soldiers to only recognize her, and not him, the emperor. He then furiously ordered that all these soldiers be beheaded, unless the woman was willing to take their place, endure 40 lashes and hand over the military tally. No other choice, the woman had to agree. But the scumbag wanted to assign the executioner's role to the scheming woman. Yingshu, you will carry it out. Go easy on her, just put on a show, as you command. However, how could the scheming woman possibly show mercy? He deliberately used all his strength to hit the woman. When she dragged her bruised body back home, she knew the days of mutual trust with that scumbag were completely gone. So, she took out the last 3 wedding dresses. This one. I burned it for you when I went to war in your place. But you accused me of treason. You forced me to kneel and confess. Just like that, as she listed them, all 3 wedding gowns turned to ash. Now, she has decided to fulfill her original promise. Once the wedding gowns are all burned, she will disappear completely. From then on, the scumbag ruled the world, while Chunmei retreated into seclusion. However, on the other side, the scumbag still did not know the woman had already left. After stripping the woman of all her status and power, he finally felt he could control her, so he immediately ordered a concubine selection to be held. He even specifically allowed her to participate in the selection. His goal was to have her, as a commoner, become his empress. When the selection began, the scumbag was even a little expectant. Has Wu Xia arrived? After today, we can finally. They were officially together. Unexpectedly, after the selection began, the woman still had not arrived. The scumbag disdainfully rejected all the candidates, but the woman was still nowhere to be seen. Unable to wait any longer, the scumbag issued an imperial edict, making the woman his empress. But even after the selection ended, there was still no sign of the woman. It was only then that the scumbag truly began to panic. Where is Zhong Wuxia? Tell me. Why is not Zhong Wuxia here? Your Majesty, I have something to report. Speak. General Zhong did not participate in the selection. As far as I know, General Zhong has already retired from the army. She left the capital and returned to her hometown to get married.